Hi, this is Biff, and I know Injustice 2 just came out, but hey, wait a minute! Now, I know there hasn't been many third-party games on the Switch lately, but no, don't. Jeez, for God's sake, we got a new IP coming out, alright? We're trying. Son of a... What up? What's good, YouTube? It's your host Axel Rose, the Shogun with the slogan, and you are now watching MVP Magazine. This is definitely one of the benefits of being a multi-console gamer. Sony started off the year strong with a heap and host of Japanese exclusives. 2 days ago, Microsoft gave away Phantom Dust for free, and yesterday, Nintendo finally shared more news on ARMS. Yes, ARMS, the new IP from Nintendo. Now, I'm not gonna lie, initially when I saw that game, my sentiment was... But after seeing the enthusiasm that Nintendo have for their brand new IP, it's quite easy to get up in arms about the pre-launch hype. Okay, sorry about that bad pun. Now, initially when I first saw this game, in my mind it looked a little bit like Nintendo's own version of Virtual On Cyber Troopers, a Sega arcade game from back in the day which had robots fighting each other with specialized moves, much in the same way ARMS does today. As you can see, both games have a similar kind of arena-based combat concept which kind of carries the idea home, and there's nothing wrong with Nintendo being inspired by Sega. It's just that Virtual On has a more raw, gritty, dark aesthetic, whilst ARMS kind of plays it safe and a little bit more casual. With the home release version on the Dreamcast even featuring a way for you to get more parts for your robot and create your own. Now ARMS is starting to feel even more familiar. But anyway, similarities with Virtual On aside, ARMS still has a load of great features and quirks and artistic stylings that will make it stand on its own as a good video game. Now, one of the things that I thought was really cool was the whole mini-game aspect. Short pick up and play things like that will be great for when you're just on the road and you want to just have a quick gaming session. Playing the mini games isn't just a waste of time. They can earn you special ARMS upgrades which boost your arms and makes you more powerful, adding a whole kind of strategic RPG element to the game overall. So you can see Nintendo have definitely listened to criticisms about the game's kind of childish looks and tried to add a little bit more depth to the gameplay. So in between choosing your perfect character and your perfect arms and weapon setup, it seems like there's gonna be actually a lot of content to cover. Maybe with the characters being so out there and so larger than life, maybe a story mode would have been greatly appreciated. Hopefully the one player arcade mode will do a lot to flesh out the backstories and the motivations of these characters. Now, speaking of characters, for me personally, one of the major letdowns of this game is the overall roster. Some members of the cast just seem like they're better designed than the others. Characters like Min Min, Springman, Kid Cobra and Twin Teller really stand out from the rest of the cast, whilst characters like Ribbon Girl and Master Mummy range from just being really generic and boring to look at. I mean, come on, how much thought do you really think they put into Ninjara? Even his name sounds like they wanted to go for coffee in 5 minutes. And as far as fighting games are concerned, one of the most important things is to have a cool, varied and engaging roster, and I'm not sure if ARMS delivers as far as that is concerned. ARMS delivered, you get it? You see what I did there? Anyway. Now, as far as single player is concerned, you're going to be looking at a small variety of mini games and an arcade mode kind of like fighting kind of mode called Grand Prix, which mixes arcade fighting with assorted mini games like playing basketball with your character, your opponent, and volleyball, and a whole load of other craziness. Now, you do have some of these modes available in single player as well as online mode and a couple of other multiplayer specific modes. But as far as single player is concerned, the first two modes I mentioned is pretty much all you're gonna get. Now, they did say that they're gonna be adding extra modes and fighters after release and stuff like that. But I'm not gonna lie, when I pay my money for a game, I want some content. And Street Fighter V is definitely suffering from having a lack of content. And with characters which are so jumping off the page and robust as this, you kind of want at least a little story mode to flesh them out. Now, as far as gameplay is concerned, it looks like Nintendo are opting for just straight up fun. Doesn't look like you're going to be learning any combos or any complex input sequences right here. All the stuff I usually love for my fighting games are gone. But you know what? I don't mind actually, because this looks like something different. This looks like the tactics and deepness is going to come from reading your opponents and making sure that you have the best custom loadout for your battle and for your character, which is actually kind of cool, because as well as it being straight up fun, it looks like it's going to have some degree of strategy. Either that or Nintendo just better get on those patches like lightning when it comes to getting rid of cheap stuff. One thing I am really anxious to see how it works in gameplay is the motion controls. Now, they do seem like they are very intuitive and quite well thought out, especially when it comes to the whole grabbing and punching and throwing your hooks and stuff. It does seem like the system is very well thought out, but it's all about how well it is implemented. And to be honest, if you're going to be taking this game seriously, like really competitively, I think the way to go is just going to have to be the Pro Controller, because having your hands like held out in the thumbs up okay position for too long seems like it's going to be a nightmare. Now, I've heard many a YouTuber who have played the game talk about how great the motion controls are and how fluid they are. Nah. Look, when that global test punch comes out next Friday, I'm finna turn that all off. I'm just turning all the motion control off and playing them with regular controls the way God intended. But I do give respect to Nintendo for still trying something new with the Joy-Cons. And this isn't me dissing the whole ARMS setup. I do intend to try at least a couple of times and stuff. And if it works, when I'm playing this in multiplayer and stuff like that with my friends here when they come through, I'll play it in motion control mode and stuff. But I'm not gonna lie, if I'm online and ranked matches and stuff, that pro controller is getting put that work. That work. ARMS has a lot of potential. It's a fairly original concept. It has some coolish characters and a great sense of humor. And I haven't even begun to talk about the music and the soundtrack yet, which is actually kind of alright. Now, in my opinion, this game's either gonna be the next big thing, huge like Splatoon is in Japan, or it's just gonna be a huge colossal flop, and it's still gonna have a cult fan following. Now, me personally, I wouldn't call this game a system seller. I'd call this more a filler game. And don't get me wrong, even though I'm calling this a filler game, it definitely still has some potential just to be something cool, to be something you pick up and play whilst being in the middle of your Zelda and Mario Kart sessions and stuff like that. To be honest, an original Nintendo fighter and stuff, especially one with an original concept like this, is a very good idea and stuff like that, and it's definitely what the Nintendo Switch needs and stuff like that. If Nintendo had a better online service already implemented and the character roster was a lot stronger, and maybe the aesthetic was just tuned a little bit more to teenagers rather than to kids and stuff, this game would have more of a fair shot, in my opinion, of being an all-round system seller. And if this game had you create your own character, I definitely reckon this game would be in with a system seller. as like, look at what the character creation is doing for Sonic and stuff. That pushed that game for me, just kind of being concerned about it, because I wanna play it on my Switch. I'm definitely getting it on my PS4 and my Switch. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, this game is really cool, man. I mean, this game has a lot of potential and stuff like that, but you know, I just want to see where it goes and stuff like that. Do you know what I'm saying? So let me know what you think about ARMS and stuff. And yeah, if you're a Nintendo fan and you're just coming up against this video, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Peace.